Hi there, everyone. This is TwoDolphins again, a spiritual healer, advisor, your online friend, whatever title you kindly would like to give me. And this is the overview video for the coming week, starting on the 29th of August, Monday. And it is extra special. From the astrological point of view, for sure, it is very special because we will have a new moon solar eclipse on the 1st of September, which is next Thursday. And the sun is in Virgo and the moon will be in Virgo too. And this will be an annular new moon solar eclipse, which means that the earth, the moon, the new moon, which is from our perspective basically just a shadow, and the sun will be perfectly aligned. It's a beautiful thing in every sense of the word. And I'm wearing my Scotland t-shirt wearing my Scotland t-shirt today, but it won't be visible from the UK, it won't be visible from Europe, it will be visible from Africa and the Pacifics and the I think the Indian Ocean. So it will be as for visibility, it will be more for the southern sphere of the Earth. But in the astrological sense and the numerological sense, we will all feel it. We are all supposed to go through something like a gateway. I already got some teaser or taster from this, because the reason why I'm recording this video with very little setups and my hair is drying after washing it and I'm just in home clothes and so far nothing fancy, is that literally my main door got so stuck yesterday, Friday evening. I have a beautiful wooden door which I love to bits, you know, all the smell and the sounds and everything, but it became so swollen with all the rain and humidity that basically, you know, even the lock just stopped turning. So I had to make emergency arrangements, and I was sleeping with the door just pulled in instead of being locked. So I was waking up, I think, in every hour or half an hour to, you know, just to check on everything. And then the repairman, the tradesman arrived in the morning, and all sorts of things had to happen. They were checking on the lock, and then they had to, you know, take off some layers from the door itself to fit. And suddenly there was all this motion and all this attention and all this change and works that were supposed to create a change coming in. And in my reading, that is exactly an eclipse and its effect on a human's life on Earth. You know, I would be lying if I would say that I haven't noticed the issue with the door. I would be lying if I would say that if I wasn't thinking on contacting the proper, you know, person for the job. But I was trying to come up with these home solutions, you know, like putting wax on the wood and you know, using the oil spray for the lock and everything. But I just knew exactly that what I should do is actually to go ahead with the changes. I was just holding back. And regarding an eclipse season, which, you know, we are entering and we are in, I think the worst thing you can do is to hold back and try to go against the flow, against the direction of the flow. You would be trying to swim backwards instead of letting yourself be carried by the flow of events and by the flow of changes which are actually serving your best and highest benefit and spiritual evolution. You know, numerologically speaking, in the language of numbers, and I will dedicate this whole overview video to this single and singular wonderful event on Thursday, which is 2016, the first day of the 9th month. So if I add up the numbers, which I've already done, it's 2, 1, 6, 9 and 1. and that equals 19, which is, if we separate it, it's 1 and 9, as for the numbers that create it. And then also the other interesting thing is that if we take the 1st of September, that is also 1 and 9. And so I was thinking that maybe you would be curious how it is in the tarot. The major arcana is going up from, well, there is a 0 in the tarot deck, so we are talking about, 21, but if we count the 0, that's 22. So anyway, 1 in the tarot is the magician, and you can see the eternity symbol, the 8, number 8, relaxing on its side. And 9 in tarot is the hermit, which is, by the way, often associated with the sign of Virgo. Don't forget that this will be a new moon solar eclipse, and both the sun and the moon will be in Virgo on the 1st of September. And then 19 is the sun card itself. I think it's very talkative if we look at this solar eclipse, new moon solar eclipse. And if we add 1 and 9, and that would equal 10, and that's the Wheel of Fortune card in tarot, which is considered to be one of the most, if not the most, fortunate and abundant card in the whole deck. So a couple of thoughts on this solar eclipse. When we say that it will be an annular solar eclipse, it means that at some point, or in the middle of this whole beautiful celestial and even astronomical phenomena, at some point the shadow of the moon, or the moon's body, will be almost completely hiding, or trying to hide or cover the sun. If you think about the size difference between the moon and the sun, that's enormous. So no actual covering or hiding is happening. It is all from our perspective, from where we are. And this covering will last for, I looked it up, it will last for 3 minutes and 6 seconds. So that's nothing. And one thought is that, Virgo is a sign, I try to talk objective, but my moon is in Virgo, so I'm quite fascinated by Virgo naturally. But on the negative side, and I can testify to this, Virgo can be almost a prisoner of concerns and worries, and wanting to do and perform everything so perfectly that worries naturally just come and float into the picture. And in ancient times, people actually believed when a solar or lunar eclipse happened that it's the end of the whole world, or it's the end of their world. And in the size sense, in the solar system and in the galaxy and in the universe, we are just tiny. So one thing that comes into my mind, how we tend to amplify and grow worries and look at them like they were giant compared to our whole life story, when actually, a worry is just a worry. But it can still, take away the sunshine from our life. And my other thought is on this particular new moon solar eclipse comes from these numbers, 19 or 1 and 9, that 1 is the first number that is, being called into existence from 0 to 1. And 9, on the other hand, is the last number before we return to 1 or 10, if you would like to think about it that way. So there is the beginning, and then there is the end, and when you add these up, you got 10, so that's kind of like a new beginning. So my other thought was completions and endings that are necessary, repairs and let goes that have been necessary for a long time. Maybe we were just denying it. And then the energy shifting from one level of these superficial worries and trying to analyze everything, that's also Virgo, to the divine region, to 10, which is also the God number, the number of the Most High. So these were just random thoughts, and of course I will do the card readings for the coming week as soon as I can. And my advice would be to just let it happen. I know that eclipses can bring seemingly very shocking events, happenings, messages, losses even, or additions that we were not planning. It can be quite scary, and the thing is that normally eclipses come in pairs, but this year we will have 3 in a row instead of 2. And there is this trinity. When I think about the main part or the crown of this whole happening lasting for 3 minutes and 6 seconds, you know, those are both 3 numbers. And by the way, 9 too, like, you know, 3, 6, 9. So I feel that the point where we can really release our worries and concerns is where we start to trust the universe, where we start to trust higher power, when we start to unite our souls with the divine in whatever way we believe in it or however we perceive it according to our belief or religious systems. And 9 is a number of higher knowledge. You know, we also say that it's a number of higher education, but actually 9 is really associated with any and all forms of higher knowledge, including spiritual knowledge and or religious education, or trying to understand why things are happening, I would say. So 1 is you can be the magician, you can let yourself flow and go with the magic and meet with eternity, you know, remember the infinity number, the 8 laying on its side. You can get in touch with that feeling, and instead of trying to analyze and cognitively understand everything, you know, sometimes you can trust your intuition and follow that. You know, the Hermit card, the 9th card in Tarot, is also about vision quest, yes, you know, being alone in order to gain spiritual growth, but also intuition. You see the little lamp that this monk is following, you know, that's your own inner compass. And then we go to 10. Hopefully, possibly, we get in touch with the divine. And when we reach 19, we are fully enlightened and the sun is in his glory. So that was it for this video, and if you would like to get in touch with me, feel free to. You can find my email address below this video, miasymbols@gmail.com, and I'm very happy to provide you a personal session, spiritual coaching or intuitive or card reading. Just let me know, and see you in the next video, hopefully with much more organized settings.